Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you happen to be new, welcome. My name is Dana. Today's video is going to be all about some disappointing products. Now, I hate ever having to do a disclaimer, but I know there are some people out there who are very sensitive when it comes to their makeup products. So if you happen to be like a fan of any of these products, trust me, that makes me happy for you because I wish these products worked out for me. I've said this in like every other past disappointing products video, but I've tried these so many different ways. I've tried giving them different chances, whether it's like an eyeshadow when I went in with like a dry brush, a wet brush, my finger, my toe, and it just did not work. So I thought I would hop on here and share these goodies with you. That way I can save you some dollar bills, because I'd hate for you guys to go out and spend your hard-earned money and just be super disappointed. Although most places have a really good return policy, but whatever. I like watching these kind of videos because honestly I feel like sometimes they're even more informative than favorites, because if I see a product I'm like, oh, I wonder if that's good. Like, it's always nice to see good reviews, but maybe I'm just a negative Nancy. I always like to go through and filter reviews from like worst to best just to see like what some of the top complaints were about a product. Does anybody else do that? Let me know down below. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the products. I think pretty much everything I have in here is drugstore except for like 2 products, so maybe we'll go ahead and get into those first. The very first one I have to show you because whenever I looked at this, like immediately when I opened it, I was kind of like, wow, that packaging's a little cheesy. I mean, I love packaging. Like the outer packaging is very cute. It kind of gives me like a little bit of a Lisa Frank vibe, but then when you open it, it just looks very cheap to me. It's just, I don't know. I feel like there's so much wasted space and it just irritates me. I don't like this. I don't like all the different sizes of the eyeshadow pans. It's called the Twilight Eye Palette. This shade here is called Sunset Sky. I feel like the whole palette should have been called Sunset Sky instead of this shade. That would have just made more sense to me, but whatever. We're not judging product names here. So Pop Sugar Beauty recently launched at Ulta, and I was pretty excited just because it's always fun to see like what a new line is all about. I have been testing quite a few of their products. I found some products that I am happy with, but nothing is like, wow, this is amazing. But this guy here, honestly, I don't think I would have been as harsh until I saw the price tag. This palette cost $42. Okay, so like, not only does this whole thing look cheap, but the product itself just feels very, very cheap. I think I pretty much swatched every single one. It looks like I did skip this guy here. And obviously along with swatching, I did use it on my eyes because swatches can be very deceiving. There are some like bomb palettes out there that swatch like crap. This is one that doesn't swatch good and doesn't apply well either. A lot of the shades are very chunky, they're powdery, they're dry, they're just not good. So like, not only is the layout kind of just meh, the actual product isn't good either, which is the main thing that I'm discussing in this video. I do like the fact that it comes with a large mirror, but overall this product was just a total dud, especially for the price point. If it was like $5, maybe even like $8 to $10, I'd be like, okay, yeah, maybe some of these shades aren't too bad. There are some in here that are silky, but for the most part, they are just very powdery and chalky. They don't blend well. It's just $42. I'm sorry, but no. You can purchase like an Urban Decay Naked palette, those Huda Beauty Mini Obsessions palette, which I'm over the moon about. Those are so good, so pigmented. You get more product. This was just, no, a total dud. Speaking of Pop Sugar Beauty, I do have one other product from there. I feel bad because I don't ever want to seem like I'm like bashing a particular brand, but I mean, every brand out there has some killer products and then they have some duds. I just happen to have 2 duds by this brand. This is called the Make Waves Liquid Metallic Eye Color. I was pretty excited about this because if you look up close, inside it's like super liquidy. Like, it's a straight up water product. You have to shake it up. But not only is it watery in the packaging, it's super watery on your eyes too. The way they recommend applying it is just swiping it across your lids and then holding your lids shut so then this product can dry. Even once it dries down, it is just so sheer and it doesn't apply evenly. Like where the doe foot applicator first touches, you're gonna get more color there, and then as you drag it, it just gets more and more sheer. It's not a product that layers very nicely. I tried going in and just like picking some up with my finger and then patting it on, but either way you just ended up with like a patchy outcome. It's just not a good product. I mean, the concept of it is pretty cool. I feel like even if you were a super natural makeup wearer, you would still not be very impressed by this. I don't know if it's just the shade that I got isn't very good. I tried this on so many different makeup days. I did it with a primer, without a primer. It just did not work. I did not think it was worth it at all. So just in case you do decide to still go try these out, I would probably skip on Never Settle because just I would never settle on that. Okay, I think the only other product I have in here that isn't drugstore is this highlighter from Too Faced. This came out during the Peach collection. It's the Peach Frost Melting Powder Highlighter. I had the blushes or was there like a couple blushes? I know there was bronzers as well. I gave those away right away. I need to start being better about like waiting till I like do one of these videos before I pass it along. My friend actually really loves the blush. She's not like a crazy blush fan though, so maybe it just impressed her more than it impressed me. But this highlighter I had high hopes for because I think the shade is beautiful. But I have kept this shut and it dried out so easily. I feel like I really have to go in and like rub my finger if I want to get any of the products. But it's just not a very impressive highlighter. Like, look at that. I've done it with a brush, I've done it with a beauty blender, and it almost just looks like a super, super like unpigmented cream type of like concealer or foundation that just has like the most subtle bit of sheen in it. I would not call this a highlighter. I would love to know if someone has used this and like thinks it's amazing. I don't know if I got a dud one or if I'm just like not doing something right, but I tried it so many different ways and every single way that I tried it, I just thought it sucked. So yeah, there's that. Okay, everything else I have in here is drugstore. I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the way because this is really the only like beauty tool that I have. These are the 𝗟𝗚, I think it was like Beautifully Precise sponges. I can't remember how much this trio was. I want to say like $6 to $8, possibly $10. I can't remember. You can see it's a little trio of sponges. You got like a micro one and then this medium one, which I mean, when I opened it, look, it's like so squished to the point where even when I got it wet, it just wouldn't budge. Like it almost looks like a duck head, like a head and then the little bill or a hat. It's just, I don't know, I tried. And then this guy here was the larger size. When I first pulled it out, I was like, oh, okay, this doesn't feel too bad, but it stays super dense even when it gets wet, and it just soaked up so much of my foundation. This reminded me of one of those sponges that like first released at like CVS and Walgreens whenever the beauty blender got big and like everyone and their mother tried to copy the sponges. It's like 𝗟𝗚 was just really late to the party, and it just, they didn't like improve it at all because there's so many other sponges out there that are like around the same price range or a little bit cheaper that work way better than this one. I have something on my hand. I don't know what it is, but it is grossing me out. But yeah, this one was just way too dense. It just soaked up too much of the product. I was not impressed. All right, moving on. I do have one other product that isn't quite makeup, but it isn't really a tool either. These are the Ardell Magnetic Lashes. I've watched several girls apply these on Instagram and they went on beautifully on them. They looked so good. These kind of seem to be split right down the middle. I've heard some people rave about them and then others be like, no, these are trash. I'm one of those people that think they are trash. If you have like thinner lashes, especially in the inner corner, don't even bother with these because you have to have lashes for these to work because there's little magnetic clips that kind of latch everything on. So like you put on the bottom one and then you put on the top and they latch right on. I was able to pop them on easily, but in the inner corner they would just droop down because there was no like lashes right here, maybe like 2 micro teeny tiny baby lashes, and they weren't attaching to those. And then these magnetic accents, unless you already have very voluminous lashes, these did not blend in whatsoever. Like it looked like I went from no lash to massive lash. It was not a good look. They did not work for me. I wish they did because the concept is really cool, but yeah, those were a total fail. This is the Model's Own foundation stick. I already trashed the one that I was using. This one is in the shade 20. This smells awful. Like it smells like it should not be anywhere near your face. It has a very weird sort of like chemical paint type of smell. It just smells cheap and almost like toxic in a way. I'm just convinced this should not be put on your face. Whenever I applied it, it kind of like, when you first applied it, it looked okay, but the smell does not dissipate. Like I could keep smelling that smell to where I ended up having to wipe it off. So I may not have given it like a full wear test, but either way, even upon first application, I didn't like the way that it looked. I applied one side with like a sponge and then the other side with a brush. I just wasn't impressed. And then the scent just turned me off so bad. I had to go and wash my face immediately. The texture of it is not, I don't know. I just don't like it. It doesn't feel good. The scent is so overwhelming. I'm telling you, like, it's weird. It almost smells like a glue stick and paint had a baby. It's not good. It's not good. That's all I'm gonna say. I do have another Model's Own product. In fact, I did do a first impressions video where I tested a whole bunch of Model's Own products. If you guys are interested, you can go ahead and click that annotation above. This is one of their color chrome eyeshadows. It's in the shade Golden Lights 04. As you can see, the whole like layout is very similar to the original Stila Magnificent Metals, not like the glitter and glow, but the ones that came in these chrome pots. Just like the Stila one, it did come with a liquid dropper as well, kind of to use as your mixing medium. In the video, I wasn't impressed. I continued using it. I still wasn't very impressed. I almost feel like you really don't need the liquid because it's pretty creamy, but it doesn't apply evenly. When you swatch it, it does look beautiful. Whoops, didn't mean to give you the finger. It does look very like metallic and chromy, but it's like a product that you kind of have to smear out, but then it doesn't ever fully set. It's like you have to put something on top of it. It would almost work good as some sort of like pigment base, but for the price, I believe it was like $14.99. I don't think it's worth it whatsoever. I would way rather go with like a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow, get the exact same effect for like half the price. So this was just a no-go for me. Next up, I have two products that came from the newer CoverGirl 2018 spring collection. I did an entire kind of like review, full face tutorial using those products, and I was not impressed by these whatsoever, which was really disappointing because the packaging is adorable. I'm definitely more of like a dog person than a cat person, but either way, like the lids of these are just so cute and chubby. But this gloss formula is so sticky. I don't mind some sticky glosses, but this is like next level sticky, to where it's like some of your color from your bottom lip transfers onto your top. This color, Cantaloupe, I'm pretty sure I was super excited about, but it pretty much is like a frosty type of gloss. Like you feel little bits of like chunky shimmer in there. I just wasn't impressed. This red, while it's super pretty, it's just way too sticky. Like I can't deal with it. You do get like a high shine lacquer finish, but it's just so sticky that I can't. Sorry, can't do it. This was the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glow Nude Highlighter Palette. This sucks. Do not waste your money on this. I paid, I think, $13 or $14 for this at H-E-B, and I was not impressed. There was only one shade that was semi-decent, but overall, this is so overpriced. It's so powdery. It's so chalky. If you're looking for a drugstore highlighter, go with like the Maybelline, is it Molten Gold, the chrome highlighter. That is so much prettier. The Physicians Formula Butter Highlighters, those are gorgeous. Just makes your face look very dry, almost kind of like ashy. It's just not a good product, especially for the price point, which was very shocking to me because I typically love L'Oreal. I really did like the Shimmerista ones. I think I brought one out here. Yeah, this guy. This Lumi Shimmerista, this is a way better option, but still over this one, I would go with the Maybelline Chrome Highlighter or the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighters. Those are so good. They give you like a very healthy like glow from within, but then you can like build it up to have like wet metallic cheeks. It's such a pretty product. Hey guys, so I somehow totally managed to pull a rookie move, and I guess I just stopped recording during my outro and I had no idea till I sat down to start editing my video. So yeah, excuse this complete like abrupt change of outfit, change of makeup for the outro, but I just wanted to hop on here and say thanks for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I would love to have you here, and if you guys want to keep on seeing more of my face, you can go ahead and check out this video or that video, either one. But yeah, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!